Andre Tippett had himself quite a day in Canton, Ohio. The LT of the AFC, as they used to call him. Well, today, the former Patriots linebacker joined Lawrence Taylor in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He's the fourth Patriot to be inducted. Looking back at Tipp's top moments, none more memorable, really, than when he plucked Bears wideout Dennis McKinnon right out of thin air and then just tossed him to the ground. But nobody feared Andre Tippett like the quarterbacks. In 1984, Tippett tallied 18.5 sacks, third most by a linebacker in a single season in NFL history. And then he followed that up for good measure with a 16.5 sack season in 1985. That brought his two-year grand total to 35, the highest two-season sack total in NFL history. At that point in the game, Andre Tippett was maybe the top linebacker right there, of course, with LT throughout his career. October 18th, 1987, visiting the Houston Oilers, Tippett turned in perhaps his best individual effort. 3 sacks, 14 tackles, a batted pass, and that blocked field goal right there that you saw Raymond Claiborne take it the other way for a touchdown. Needless to say, he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week in that game. First and only other time he earned those honors came on October 20th, 1985, when Tipp stuffed the Jets inside the 10-yard line 3 times to preserve a 20-13 win. Well, speaking of the Jets, Ken O'Brien, they tied Jim Kelly at the top of Tipp's sack list, dropped 8.5 times by the Patriots linebacker. Ken O'Brien, boy, he hated to see a 56 wear that red and white jersey. In all, Tippett sacked 37 different quarterbacks, reaching the 100 mark in his final game of the 1993 season, last week against the Dolphins. At that time, Tippett was just the 7th player to reach the sack century mark in NFL history. Congratulations, well-deserved, Andre Tippett, a Hall of Famer. And with